Hey there, I'm Jesse. I'm a software engineer here at DPS. I work mostly with RTUs, the NetGuardians, Temp Defenders, and today we're going to take a look at different kinds of pinouts. Specifically, we're going to be taking a look at Amphenol connectors and pinouts for a 66 block, specifically with regards to a NetGuardian 420. Okay, so the 420 has an Amphenol connector on the back. You'll be able to sort of check this out right here. We see that this Amphenol connector is going to be managing the alarm status for all of the discrete inputs, the 20 discrete inputs on the NetGuardian, as well as the 4 control relays that are the outputs from the NetGuardian. These are on an Amphenol connector, and it's one of these kind of funny looking 50-pin connectors. What you'll be able to tell if you can like squint your eyes hard enough, there's actually a labeling of the 1 pin, the 25 pin, the 26 pin, and the 50 pin on these guys. We'll see that the 1 pin is up here in this corner. It goes across the 25 pin over here. The 26 pin is on the bottom, and that goes across to the 50 pin on the other side. We're going to plug that right into the back of the NetGuardian. We've also got this connected up to a 66 block as well. So the 66 block starts numbered from the side labeled top. And it's going to start kind of counterintuitively with a 26 and then the 1 pin. And these are going to be in pairs because that 26 pin and the 1 pin are next to each other. That's why they're kind of grouped up that way. So we see 26 1, 27 2, 28 3, and so on from there. Inside of all of the NetGuardian user manuals, we'll see, excuse me, we'll see a number of different settings. So what you want to check out here is the hardware manual for the NetGuardians in order to get a better idea of what's going on. We'll see here that we have the exact pins called out for each of these alarm points and controls on the NetGuardian. I decided to take a look at the NetGuardian 420 because it's got a kind of a little bit different control relay output than you might expect. The discretes are kind of intuitive. What you'll look at here is for the alarm points 1 through 20, they'll have a return pin on pins 1 through 20, and alarm pins on 26 through 45. So remember that those are right next to each other because of that numbering. 26 and 1 are the first 2 pins at the top, then 27, 2, and so on down from there. I wanted to point out on the control relays that it switches from this kind of pair scheme to a little bit different for control relays 1 and 2. Notice that we have a normally open pin, a normally closed pin, and a common pin. So depending on whether you want your relay to behave with normally open or normally closed behavior, you're going to want to choose either the normally open and the common pin, or the normally closed and the common pin if you want normally closed behavior. Notice on the control relays 3 and 4 that these are both the same pin. So what's actually going on behind the scenes here is this 49 and 24. This normally open, normally closed behavior on the 49 pin is actually determined by a shunt that we could find later on in this manual. This section 510 on controls. We can see that there's actually a little shunt here, and you'll need to move the shunt over from the normally open position to a normally closed position in order to get that to work properly, depending on whether you want a normally open or a normally closed configuration. By default, these are always going to be sent to you in a normally open position. Notice that there's a few more interesting points that we can look at here for hardware pinouts. We do have a description of all of the pins, the pin numbering, and the pin color codes for your 66 blocks. So if you're looking for extra information on exactly where these are going to be connected and where they're going to be returning to and what their function is, looking at the user manual is a really good guide for that. In order to get the user manual on your own, if you've misplaced it or it's been a while and you can't track down the physical copy that you were sent, you could also go onto the DPS Telecom support site. This is www.dpstele.com/. And then from there, in the top right-hand corner, you can hit the support tab. And that'll allow you to use this download user manuals link, and at any time you can feel free to download a user manual here. If you've got any further questions, feel free to shoot us an email at support@dpstele.net, or you can call us at our number, 1-800-693-0351 is going to get you to sales, but you can also get routed back to tech support from there as well. Have a good one.